Let's look at Isaiah, because now we're getting into the deep end. And this is so exciting because Isaiah was, I want to say he was the master messianic painter, but we're going to give the credit to God. God just really loved giving messianic prophecies to Isaiah. Or it was the time. Okay, this special point in the progression of messianic motif going on here. Isaiah 9, 6 through 7. For unto us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government and of peace there shall be no end. What? Who is this? Who could it be? Now, back then, how could they have any idea except this is the Messiah? Okay, this is the Messiah. We don't know who he is, where he's going to come, when he's going to come, exactly what he's going to do. But wow, he's going to have some fantastically glorious qualities. On the throne of David and over his kingdom, to establish it and to uphold it with justice and with righteousness. From this time forth and forevermore, the zeal of the Lord of hosts will do this. Let's look at Isaiah 11. I love this one especially at Christmas time. There shall come forth a shoot from the stump of Jesse, and a branch from his roots shall bear fruit. And the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, a spirit of wisdom and understanding, the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and the fear of the Lord. And his delight shall be in the fear of the Lord. He shall not judge by what his eyes see, or decide disputes by what his ears hear, but with righteousness he shall judge the poor and decide with equity for the meek of the earth. And by the way, do you know that in John chapter 5, Jesus says that all of the responsibility for judgment was delegated to him? And then in Matthew 25, Jesus is sitting on his throne, separating the sheep from the goats. He's judging the whole world. Jesus is the judge. It was delegated to him. And here it says that the Messiah would be the judge. And he shall strike the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips he shall kill the wicked. Righteousness shall be the belt of his waist, and faithfulness the belt of his loins. The wolf shall dwell with the lamb, the leopard shall lie down with the young goat. In that day the root of Jesse, who shall stand as a signal for the peoples, of him shall the nations inquire, and his resting place shall be glorious. And verse 12, he will raise a signal for the nations. He will assemble the banished of Israel and gather the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. This Messiah is getting very complex. Like when a symphony at first is just playing something real simple. If you like the symphony, by the way, you should be hearing tones from the Messiah, the Handel Messiah. If you've ever been to hear that, there's many examples of how something starts real quiet and real simple, and it just gets enormously more complex and sophisticated and intricate. That's what's happening here. Isaiah 35. The wilderness and the dry land shall be glad. The desert shall rejoice and blossoms like the crocus. It shall blossom abundantly and rejoice with joy and singing. The glory of Lebanon shall be given to it, the majesty of Carmel and Sharon. They shall see the glory of the Lord, the majesty of our God. Strengthen the weak hands and make firm the feeble knees. Say to those who have an anxious heart, be strong, fear not. Behold, your God will come with vengeance, with the recompense of God. Then the eyes of the blind shall be opened, and the ears of the deaf unstopped. Then shall the lame man leap like a deer, and the tongue of the mute sing for joy. Now we're talking. Now this sounds familiar. I want this Messiah. I want the one that can heal the blind and the deaf. I'm attracted to him.